The year is 2025. We find ourselves in a world where technology has seamlessly integrated into every aspect of our lives. The digital age has brought with it unprecedented advancements and conveniences, but it has also cast a long shadow over the younger generation. Teenagers, heads bowed, scroll endlessly. Their fingers dance across screens, navigating a virtual world that often feels more real than the one around them. They are constantly connected, yet paradoxically, they are more isolated than ever before. Their faces are illuminated by the cold light of their smartphones. This glow has become a familiar sight, a symbol of the times we live in. It is a light that reveals not just their faces, but also their innermost insecurities and desires. What they see are not reflections of their own faces, but curated versions of lives seemingly more perfect than their own. These images and videos are meticulously crafted to showcase the best moments, creating an illusion of a flawless existence that is impossible to attain. They are part of a generation growing up immersed in social media, a world of filtered photos and carefully crafted narratives. Every post, every like, every comment is a piece of a larger puzzle that shapes their self-worth and identity. But behind these digital facades lies a darker truth. The constant comparison to these idealized images can lead to feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem. The pressure to present a perfect life online can be overwhelming, leading to a sense of disconnection from one's true self. A silent epidemic is sweeping across this generation: depression. The very tools designed to connect us are contributing to a growing sense of loneliness and despair. The more they engage with social media, the more they feel isolated and misunderstood. Statistics paint a stark picture. Rates of depression and anxiety among young people have skyrocketed in the past 2 decades, coinciding with the rise of social media. The data is clear. There is a direct correlation between the time spent online and the decline in mental health. The correlation is impossible to ignore. Experts in the field of mental health are sounding the alarm, urging parents, educators, and policymakers to take action. They emphasize the need for a balanced approach to technology use, one that prioritizes mental well-being over digital engagement. While social media offers undeniable benefits, connection, information, and entertainment, its impact on mental health is a growing concern. It has the power to bring people together, but it also has the potential to drive them apart. Like a siren's call, it lures us in, promising connection but often delivering isolation. The more we seek validation online, the more we distance ourselves from genuine human interactions. The digital world can never fully replace the warmth and authenticity of face-to-face connections. This is the story of how we lost our way, and how we can find our way back to genuine connection and well-being. It is a call to action for all of us to reevaluate our relationship with technology and to prioritize our mental health and real-world relationships. It is a story of the human need for belonging and the dangers of seeking it in the digital void. By recognizing the impact of social media on our lives, we can take steps to create a healthier, more connected future for ourselves and the generations to come. Social media often presents a distorted view of reality. Imagine a funhouse mirror reflecting back not who we are but exaggerated, idealized versions of ourselves and others. We see the highlight reels, the vacations, the achievements, the seemingly effortless beauty, and we compare ourselves, often unfavorably. This constant exposure to curated perfection can fuel feelings of inadequacy, envy, and self-doubt. Social media platforms thrive on our need for validation. Likes, comments, and followers become metrics of our worth. We chase the dopamine rush of online approval, often at the expense of our self-esteem. This pursuit of external validation can leave us feeling empty and disconnected from our true selves. We are social creatures, wired to compare ourselves to others. But social media amplifies this natural tendency to an unhealthy degree. We are bombarded with images and stories of people who seem to be living more fulfilling lives, achieving greater success, and possessing more desirable qualities. These comparisons can chip away at our self-worth, leaving us feeling inadequate and envious. The curated nature of social media makes these comparisons even more insidious. We are often comparing our everyday lives to the carefully constructed highlight reels of others. This can lead to a distorted sense of reality, where we feel like we are constantly falling short. The pursuit of perfection is a trap, and social media is its playground. Filters and editing tools allow us to present an idealized version of ourselves to the world. We carefully craft our online personas, hiding our flaws and insecurities behind a digital mask. But this pursuit of an unattainable ideal can be exhausting and demoralizing. When we buy into the illusion of perfection, we set ourselves up for disappointment. We compare our real lives with all their imperfections to the carefully curated versions of others. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt, and a sense that we are not good enough. Section 5. Fear of missing out. Social media can fuel the fear of missing out, or FOMO, a pervasive anxiety that something exciting or interesting is happening elsewhere, and we are not there to experience it. We see our friends' posts about parties, trips, and social gatherings, and we feel a pang of envy, or a sense of being left out. This feeling is not just limited to big events. Even small moments like a coffee date or a casual hangout can trigger FOMO. This constant fear of missing out can lead to a constant state of restlessness and dissatisfaction with our own lives. We start to question our choices, and wonder if we are living our lives to the fullest. The irony is that while we are busy scrolling through our feeds envying the experiences of others, we are missing out on our own lives. We become so engrossed in the virtual world that we neglect the real world around us. We miss the beauty of a sunset, the joy of a spontaneous conversation, or the simple pleasure of being present in the moment. Our obsession with capturing every moment for social media can rob us of the actual experience. We are so busy documenting our lives for social media that we forget to actually live them. It's important to find a balance and remind ourselves that the best moments are often the ones that go undocumented. By putting our phones down and being present, we can truly enjoy and appreciate the world around us. Section 6. Cyberbullying and harassment. The anonymity of the internet can bring out the worst in people. Social media platforms can become breeding grounds for cyberbullying, harassment, and hate speech. The constant negativity and cruelty that some people experience online can have a devastating impact on their mental health. The effects of cyberbullying can be long-lasting. Victims may experience depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, and even suicidal thoughts. It is crucial to remember that words have power, and the things we say online can have real-world consequences. Section 7. The dopamine trap. Social media platforms are designed to be addictive. These platforms employ sophisticated algorithms that learn our preferences and habits, ensuring that we are constantly engaged. Every like, comment, and notification triggers a release of dopamine in the brain, the same neurochemical that is released when we experience pleasure from activities like eating or exercising. This dopamine release reinforces the behavior, making us want to repeat it. Over time, this creates a cycle of craving and reward that can be difficult to break free from. The brain starts to associate social media interactions with pleasure, making it hard to resist checking our phones. We become hooked on the validation and attention that social media provides, constantly seeking approval from our peers. This validation can become a significant part of our self-worth, making it even more challenging to disconnect. Even when it comes at the expense of our well-being, we find it hard to put our phones down. This constant stimulation can have a detrimental effect on our attention spans, making it difficult to focus on tasks that require sustained effort. Our ability to concentrate on work or studies diminishes, leading to decreased productivity and increased stress. The need to check our phones frequently interrupts our workflow, causing us to lose track of time and tasks. It can also lead to sleep disturbances as the blue light emitted from our devices interferes with our natural sleep-wake cycles. This blue light suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep. As a result, we find it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep, leading to fatigue and decreased cognitive function during the day. The cycle of using our phones late into the night and waking up tired becomes a norm, affecting our overall health and well-being. Section 8. Disconnecting to reconnect. Breaking free from the grip of social media is not easy, but it is possible. The first step is to become aware of how social media is impacting our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Are we constantly comparing ourselves to others? Are we feeling envious or inadequate? Are we spending more time online than we would like? Once we have a better understanding of our own relationship with social media, we can start to set boundaries. This might mean limiting our time on social media, unfollowing accounts that make us feel bad, or taking breaks from social media altogether. Section 9. Finding real connections. The key to combating the negative effects of social media is to cultivate real-world connections. This means spending time with loved ones, engaging in meaningful conversations, and building relationships based on authenticity and vulnerability. When we focus on nurturing real-world relationships, we create a sense of belonging and connection that is far more fulfilling than anything we can find online. We rediscover the joy of human interaction and the importance of being present in the moment. This is where true happiness and fulfillment lie.